So let's talk about garden clearance. Okay, first I've got lined up here a load of buckets and stuff. Now, these buckets, 1, 2 there, 3, 4 down there, they were used in Granville as bins, as well as this one, which you can see is actually a bin. And that's a bin, in fact, from my old bedroom in Swallowbeck. Because it's in Chinese, I did a Chinese sort of Japanese Oriental type room, and you can see that this is probably the only thing that survived from it. These buckets have been stacked up and left out here for the last, well, since I moved in. So now I'm sort of in the process of cleaning them, and I'm going to clean them in the sink, obviously, but first I just wanted to get rid of the bits at the bottom, which were, well, let me describe the scent to you. If you've ever smelt pondweed, like a sort of algae type smell, because it was the algae, you can actually see it, I think, growing on the side there. This is something that I've uncovered. This was obviously something from the that was left over and chucked in the garden, probably came out of the shed, and I'm going to clean that up as well, because I can probably put more diaries in there since my other one is full. If we go down here, this is the suppressed garden. It was suppressed with plastic for a long time, so it's sort of now just a mass of weeds. It's not actually too bad. The conifer has largely been chopped down, although I will try and dig out as much of the root ball of that as possible. Similar with that funny sort of that. Nothing I can do, I'm afraid, about the stump, but there we are. My border, looks like the only thing that has survived in my border is the olive tree, and you can see it's got massive new growth on the top there. Cut back the tit tree, which will grow to enormous heights next year, undoubtedly. I've got this. This is from the original house, and this will be on cue. The recycling box, in fact. I'm not going to use it as that. I'm going to use it to store, for the time being, some of my smaller garden implements in, instead of stacking them all at the top. And I have got a cover, which again is from the original house, which I shall cover it to stop rainwater getting in. Those are the plant pots left for me, from the original house, and those were the failed gladioli and stuff this year. This is what I'm working on clearing. The top I cleared no problem earlier on, and you can see that the trees, my fruit trees, are in there now. This bit is a little bit harder because this bit has this. Now this is Clematis, some sort of honeysuckle type thing, and we've got 2 of these growing along here. There's one there, and the other one is at the base of the tree, just beyond that fence, and as you can see, the fence is no border for this thing, which just creeps underneath. I've cut it back and it's all in there, which is no problem, but digging this up is quite a task. I can't dig round here because you get root ball, so I found a way in, and it's here, and I don't know if I can possibly show you. That's the root. Okay, the root from this thing here, one of the main roots, and it's going and it's into the concrete. Thankfully it's quite small into the concrete, but there we are. The other thing that is annoying me slightly, I don't know if you can see on here, possibly not. Maybe if I zoom out, no, they're too small. There's a type of whitefly around here, which doesn't bode well for vegetable gardening. I'm rather hoping that now I've removed the clematis, they will just disperse, because obviously I'm not actually going to be planting for another couple of months. But they're all over the place. Probably can't see them, they're a little bit too small. But there we are. Whitefly, just what I need. So, I'm going to dig this up next, and then after I dig this up, I'm going to stop for sort of breakfast. Well, not breakfast, dinner, I suppose now. So there we are. So that's some sort of longitudinal route which goes out, at least as far as there. I've cut it off. Hopefully it's far enough away from the root ball not to grow in the opposite direction. Here is a different root. This is a tap root. Tap roots go down, and this one's gone down quite a fair way, considering the size of the plant, quite a fair way, and it's all the way down here. And the trick to getting something out like this, because it's very defensively planted, in fact, it's right near the wall, so I can't get behind to get leverage, and if I dig straight down I just encounter roots a bit like that, and the spade won't go through them. So what I've sort of got to do is uncover basically in a semicircle around it, snip off the roots, and then prise this into the hole, and hopefully that will expose the roots on the other side. Snip, 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 out comes the whole thing. At least that's the plan anyway. As the forecast predicted, it's beginning to head towards the afternoon and it's starting to rain, and our morning spent on the back garden clearance is over. You can see that I've cleared all the way down to the very bottom. I've hoed that bit at the bottom, but what I need to do is, there's big stones there and I need to move those stones which are all the way around there so I can get to those plants, because they're growing through the stones or around the stones and the hoe can't get to them. I've created a little area in the bottom there with flagstones, because the fence on that side, there's a bit of a dip there, and I can sort of show you what I mean. If you look down here, whoops, where are we? Yes, there we are. That's into next door's garden, and thankfully I've got some large boulders, plentiful supply, that I can lie up along here to hide that, which is basically what I've done with these down here. These are just bricks. Now all these slabs came from the clearance at the top when we put the aviary in, and you can see there's more around here. Some of the nicer slabs, some of the nicer slate I'm going to use to build steps in the front garden, between the patio and the first terrace, so that will get rid of some of that. Unfortunately I haven't managed to dig out the rest of that Clematis bush yet. You can see I've sort of chopped it down, and you can see that we've gone a long way. I mean, look, here's one of the roots going all the way back there, and it is beginning to wobble now, so I'm pretty sure eventually I'll be able to get that out, but I don't want to spend all my time doing that and not finishing off this, so that's a project to be done, just like digging out the conifer will be. So the next step will be to finish off this bit down here by removing all those stones there. I might actually take all the stones out and then decide if I want a stone border up here, because, you know, that's what we've got down here, and I think we probably did have at one point along here. I think that's where those big boulders have sort of shifted and come from. So and I've managed to wash up some of the tubs there. Still got these left to do, but you know, that's the start. So I'm not too disheartened by how much I've done. I think probably got another half day on this at least for this this holiday, and then I'll have to start finishing it off over the weekends, I think.